And, oh yeah, instead, no. See, that's what not you're not gonna fucking do that.
So you gonna let
You're
me
not
know when
going
I
to
get a
do
chance to
that.
answer?
You're not going to do that. You're going to answer the question the way I formulate it, or I am. It's going to be a very bad day. I get really.
Alright, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Derek. But Eric Twins yet again. Once you got live with a brand new episode of Gemini Moves. And in today's episode, we're doing a reaction video on Kevin Samuels.
Why I became a phlebotomy technician is because there's something called a paramedical insurance exam.
Get the fuck off my phone, bitch. I don't get the phone. Go take blood, boy. Can't even. You in a job where people quiet in the background.
Without further ado, let's jump right into it.
On what you're saying when you're saying about where we are today and what our plan to prepare for winter is coming, and just kind of give you a background of what I have going on and to figure out, am I on the right path to prepare for the winter that's coming.
What do you want as an outcome for your life regarding socially, a man?
A man, I want a partnership that we can.
Does that mean a husband?
Yes, a husband.
Okay.
That's definitely
what I'm gonna need you ladies to start doing is stop.
When I first hear partner, like if I said partner, like hey, I'm my partner, you would think I'm. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like I feel like it's a little disrespect. Like you got to think like, how do I sound saying partner? Like this, like
exactly because he asked her, what do you want out of a relationship with a man? She said a partnership. She didn't say a marriage.
Exactly.
She said a partnership. That's two different things.
Polly, I'm gonna need you to stop diminishing marriage into partnerships and calling it marriage. You're going to partnership with businesses. So start calling. I'm just saying, not to you, but I think we diminish these titles so much. Just like when I see people calling themselves CEOs of a sole proprietorship. You're not a goddamn CEO.
Well, I was thinking that marriage was a partnership. I mean, I get understanding when you say.
But that's the problem. It's not okay. But by calling them okay. So when you're married, do you mind if he calls you his old lady, his chick?
No, not once we get to the point of marriage.
Why? You want to be called a wife?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So that title matters. Oh, okay. So you do understand the difference.
I do.
Thanks. That's all I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
But you want to be married. That's all I'm trying to get. You see the fact that we got to do that. Let me just say this: Black people, we need to perform in formality and respect. We are far too informal with each other.
See, my thing is like I know we done met a whole bunch of older men. They'd be like, yes sir. They'd be like, don't call me yes sir. You make me feel old. You make me feel old. You 60 years old, bro. I was 10. Like come on now. It's like my thing is like even at work, like I'd be like yes sir, yes sirski. Like they be like, come on, bro. Like what you calling me yes sir for? It's like I call you that. Like my uncle called me yes sir at the age of 5. He just said because I want to let you know that I'm giving you the respect. You see, as a man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm just showing you respect.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people don't show respect nowadays, and I'm just trying to let it be known.
And it's like these days people don't. It's like when you show respect, they don't want you to show respect. It's kind of weird to me. It's like I don't understand
it. Right.
So you want a marriage and a husband. What else would you like?
In terms of out of the marriage?
Well, I'm just talking about big picture. What do you want? Because most people, okay, I just want to understand what the outcome is. You want a marriage? Do you want children?
Yes, I actually have 3, Kevin.
How many fathers?
2.
Have you been married before?
No, sir.
Why have you chosen not to marry any of the fathers of your children?
Well, I have a 20-year-old and I have an 18-year-old.
Why have you chosen not to marry the father of any of your children?
Well, we were close to marriage with my first child, my first 2 kids' fathers.
What does that mean? What does close to marriage mean?
We were entertaining the idea. We were both open to it.
No. You already had children.
We had children together.
Did he want to marry you?
Yes, he did.
So I don't see, now it's about to get hard. I hate it when you ladies come in and do this bullshit. You already had 2 human beings.
Yes.
And you talk about entertaining marriage. You should have entertained marriage before you entertained motherhood.
Right. Well, we're learning. Can I
I
grow?
get
Can
it.
I learn?
Well, unfortunately, yes, but it may be too late. Because if you're still talking about marriage as a partnership, and at 37 years old, you're still using words like I would expect a young girl to use, like I entertain marriage, instead of saying I want a husband and I want to be a husband, I want to be a wife, I want additional kids, and I have 3 children by 2 different men, and I blew those relationships because I wasn't woman enough to walk down the aisle. That's what men really want to hear from y'all.
Right.
And this bullshit y'all come through.
And you know what, Kevin? I really saw myself so much in when you stated that our culture of women are scared, operating in fear. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what has been my problem, because marriage has not been a hard thing for me.
How old is your youngest child?
He's 8.
Why did you, okay, so you were almost 30 when you had that child. Why didn't you marry his father?
That was more so of something that just kind of moved fast. I don't think.
You know good and damn well I'm not going to accept that. Why would you even come at me? Why would you even come at me with it move fast? What did I ask?
Why didn't we get married?
Right.
I wasn't interested in a marriage with him, Kevin.
Why were you interested in having this baby?
Good question.
She's looking dead at me, Kevin.
Oh, okay. She needs to know the truth so she doesn't do this too.
Right.
She's definitely not going to do this.
No, I'm talking to you. You were not interested in marrying him, but why'd you have this baby?
Because it happened.
It didn't happen, ma'am. You were 30 years old having unprotected sex. You already had 2 children. You, more than any other woman on the planet, knows the outcome.
Right.
Now, why am I being this dip hard? Because you talking about you want a husband. No, you're looking for a stepfather. Any man who will marry you will be a stepfather. And a woman like you who can't take accountability.
I haven't not taken accountability.
No, you haven't in this conversation. You just said it just happened. No, you just said it just happened. Okay, ma'am. Maybe to you that's taking accountability.
Okay, what could I have said that made it sound like accountability to you?
I was still more willing to be a mother than a wife, so I was having unprotected sex with a man who's not a husband.
Okay. Well, I apologize for not.
Well, I'm just saying that's the truth. Why? But my thing is, why have unprotected sex with a man like that? If you don't have sex with him, have sex with him. But why?
You ain't stating that. It just happened. It's like you lay down, you have unprotected sex, so it's like, what do you expect to happen? Like, that's all I'm saying.
Exactly, because you talking about it just happened. It's like an accident, like you driving and somebody ran the red light and hit you. That's like it just happened.
Exactly. Like,
come on now.
But my thing is, why have unprotected sex with a man like that? If you don't have sex with him, have sex with him. But why reproduce with him?
Because if it happens, what am I saying?
It didn't just happen.
We had sex. I got pregnant, and I made the decision, like you just said, to go ahead and be a mother to somebody that I knew was not a potential husband. And I made a mistake. So we are here today at 37, and I'm trusting your expertise to listen and learn.
Man, it didn't just happen. It didn't just happen. You were a mother of 2 children.
3.
You were a mother of 2 before you got pregnant with this child. You were in a sexual relationship with a man who was not of the caliber of man you would become a wife for. True or false? True or false?
True.
Then you choosing to have unprotected sex with that man did not just happen. That was a choice. Every time you speak, every time whatever position you guys chose, unprotected sex. How can so many other women on the planet choose to have sex with some of the worst of the worst men and not walk away with a baby? Because they choose to get contraception. They choose to not have babies with men. 33 forms of birth control available to 30-year-old women. It did not just happen. And any man that you will be talking about, you want to learn from, he's listening to this, and I would say, brother, what are you trying to say to this man? It'd be like, you're not taking any accountability. It just happened. It just happened.
Well, maybe I didn't word that correctly, but I have no problem with taking accountability.
Okay. All right. Let's move.
So I apologize for not.
Let's move forward. Let's move forward.
Take accountability.
Let's move forward. How about this then? How about this? Why do you want to get married now?
Because I feel like that's something that I deserve to experience. That's I feel like I have value to bring to our Black men in the community. I feel like I have a lot to offer, despite the mistakes that I had made, and that is why I am here, willing to have this conversation with you, because a lot of times, some of the things that I have been through, you mark us out for that, and I don't feel like that is fair or true.
Whoa. What is going on? A lot of things that I mark you out for?
Like, in general.
I don't mark you out for anything.
Well, a lot of times you say...
No, ma'am, I'm talking to... No.
37.
No, ma'am. Look, I don't mark you out for anything. I just now talk to you. I don't know you. Okay?
Well, generally speaking, I put myself in a category with women in general that have the same thing, where they have mistakes that they have made, taking accountability for not.
But the thing is, okay, ma'am. The thing is, you say you're taking accountability, okay? And maybe this is the most accountability you've ever taken, but this is not accountability. You're saying that it just happened. That is not accountability.
I don't know.
That is not accountability, man.
Look,
ma'am, if your child came home with an F in a subject and told you it just happened. But I'm trying to get you to understand. Hold on.
That wouldn't fly.
Right, it wouldn't fly.
You're right.
Okay, so.
Absolutely not.
Hold on just a second. Just a second.
Go in your room and close your door.
Yeah.
So she had her daughter there the whole time. Like, she just not sending her daughter to the room at this point. Like,
Exactly. Like, her daughter done heard all of this. Like, she know Chabby hears about their mama.
and I understand it's good because it's a good learning experience, and it's so much I do need to hear about and learn about. And it's good that her daughter's hearing this from someone like Kevin Samuels, who's not like embrace her mom. So it's like, what's like still a child still in child place, and like they try this conversation a little more delicate. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel you.
And that's all I'm trying to get ladies like you to understand, that when you're saying you take
let's get one thing straight. Her having her child in that room having a conversation tell you a lot about that lady. It just tell you a lot about her.
Accountability doesn't seem like accountability to us. It sounds like, you're still blaming men, or not necessarily blaming men, but it's like, hold on, guys, we're having a little technical difficulty. I gotta shut some of this down. Okay, you didn't marry your other child's father. So, and you said you want to get married because you feel like it's something you deserve, right?
Right, and whoever I marry, I feel like that's something.
Well, what do you mean?
I feel like I'm something.
What men don't understand is, how are you deserving of? What do you mean you feel like it's something you deserve? What is that? I don't understand what that means.
You don't feel like you deserve marriage?
I'm talking to you, man. I want you to explain what it means when you say you deserve marriage at almost 40 years old with 3 children from 2 men. Why do you deserve marriage?
Exactly. So that goes back to what you just said. What I was just explaining to you. You put women in a category like me, myself, as if we don't deserve marriage. Because
no, that you don't deserve marriage? You haven't prioritized marriage.
The decisions that
you haven't prioritized marriage.
And I don't feel like that's fair.
You haven't prioritized marriage.
So why would I not deserve marriage?
You haven't prioritized marriage.
Of those situations, my children.
This is insane. This is insane.
At 37.
This woman is insane.
Does that count?
You can't put marriage on the back burner and expect it to just come in the future. Like, I don't want to get married right now, and then once the time for you to get married, like where it's at, you ain't been worried about it. How you think it's gonna happen? Exactly. Like you need to take the proper precaution and take the proper steps to become a wife. And now you got 3 kids by 2 different parents. So now it's like you just like, I deserve a husband. I deserve a husband. It's like saying I deserve $1 million and I ain't go to work. It's like saying I deserve a paycheck and I ain't clock in. It's like I deserve a paycheck, but like I ain't clock in. Like I ain't even come to work. So it's like I deserve something. You get what you deserve. Exactly. Like as you see, she got nothing. So what she deserve? Nothing.
Yep. Certainly does. Counts you out. Yep, certainly does.
Yes, so.
Would it count a man out?
Or we're not talking about a man. We're talking about you. We're not talking about a man. We're not talking about a man. We're talking about. We're not talking about a man. No. We're not talking about. We're not talking about a man. We're not talking about a man. We're talking about you.
Is that going to count them out?
We're not talking about a man. We're talking about you. We're not talking about a man. We're talking about you. Star, you have 10 seconds to get your shit together.
Got it together, Kevin.
Good. Why do you think you deserve marriage at 37 with 3 kids and you didn't require marriage to have 3 kids?
Why would I not deserve a marriage?
No. See, that's not how you answer. That's not how you answer a question. You answer a question. You don't answer a question with a question. Why would you deserve marriage at 37 with 3 kids and 2 dudes, and you didn't require marriage to make 1, 2, or 3 children? Why would you deserve it?
Because regardless of the mistakes I've made, I have grown, and I still feel like I deserve a chance. Regardless, I wasn't saying that. You haven't said why you said why you want it. Why do you deserve it? Because I have a lot to offer, Kevin. Just because then tell us. Then tell us. Then tell us. You said you deserve. Then you start trying to put a bunch of bullshit on me. I'm going to challenge your bullshit. Why do you deserve? I deserve it because I feel like I have a lot of value. I feel like I am a good woman that a Black man should and could have in his life. Then why didn't you? How long have you felt this way? How long have you felt this way?
Good question.
Maybe since I was about 30. Before 30, I don't think I was interested in marriage, Kevin. Like I definitely consider myself saved. But
How old is your
that
youngest
one thing
child?
Sir,
How old is your youngest child?
she's 8.
So before 30, you didn't deserve
I
any.
wasn't interested in it.
All right, but see, ma'am, you gotta understand something. What you did before 30 matters.
Right.
Why does a woman who loves her children and why does a mother and father who love their children, who raise a productive, competitive, successful black man, a stable, functioning son, why does he deserve to become your husband, stepfather to 3 children from 2 dudes, and the last one you didn't even want to marry? Why does that man have to take that? Instead
Why
of going
does
to get,
that man
oh
have
yes,
to
listen, oh yeah,
consider?
no, see that's what not, you're not gonna fucking do that.
So you gonna let
You're
me
not
know
going
when
to
I can
do
get
that.
my answer?
You're not going to do that. You're going to answer the question the way I formulate it, or it's going to be a very bad day. I get really pissed off when you ladies try to answer questions with questions because you're trying to be smart and snarky. Then I snap.
So let me reword it then, Kevin. I apologize.
Well, that's not even proper, ma'am. You don't, if you're, okay, let's back down. Do you have a job?
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
I provide home care service. I have my own home care business. I'm a personal trainer, and I'm also getting ready to graduate nursing school December.
So where in the world, in business, when someone in a position of authority or position of power, they ask you to do something or ask you a question, and you turn around and ask them a question to respond to the question? You don't. You do that with black men who deserve shit.
I do deserve it.
Yeah, you deserve exactly what you got. Nothing.
Kevin, don't be like that.
I'm being like that because I've sat here and listened to you talk about what you deserve.
You haven't even.
Man, I've put you on so many different times, and I've said, and I'm sitting here advocating for men.
And
I'm sitting here trying to understand. I'm trying to understand why.
Back?
Okay, I got it.
Because we was delayed.
I'm trying to understand why somebody needs to raise their son to end up dealing with you. Why someone would deserve you as a daughter-in-law.
Because I'm an asset. I'm not allowed to.
How? You're not an asset. You have 3 children. Ain't nothing about this as an asset. Look at this. This is more that I am a queen because I found Jesus after I had 3 kids. It doesn't matter. It matters to men who have a choice. It matters. I had sex with a man that I wouldn't even consider I wouldn't want to marry him, but it was good enough for the sex. Then you think a man who's worth his salt needs to come out and be a stepfather to that? Black women, this is what I need you to understand. This is what they think your sons deserve.
Yeah, I fell asleep a little bit. All right, overall, I feel like she kind of smarter than everybody. I feel like that's why she's answering the question with a question. Cause I feel like she ain't saying what everybody else saying because she feel like she's smarter. I feel like,
to me, I feel like she's not looking into herself because that's why she trying to deflect the question onto somebody else instead of just answering herself.
exactly, like, would they count somebody else out? What if that happened to a man? It would happen the same. It's just happening to you. And we talking about you at this particular point. Like, you gotta be accountable for the mistakes. She's still trying to push it off onto someone else,
exactly,
versus being accountable, taking accountability.
Because she keeps saying she has no problem with being accountable, but when he asked her to be accountable for her actions, she just tried to deflect on somebody else.
Exactly. It's like, that's not a cool thing to do, you guys. You gotta make sure you're accountable for your actions, because if you're not accountable, you're not learning from your mistakes. How should you learn? You just keep making them, keep bumping your head.
Please don't end up like her. Please learn from other mistakes.
And they can learn from other people's mistakes. They stay smart. Alright, this your boy Derek, Twins. See you again.